by mastering the full swing startup. Nothing's
Yeah.
moving. All I'm doing is I'm doing an upright row with my lats.
Okay.
You see that? All I'm doing is I'm taking my torso and turn it this way.
Right.
So I need you to master this. If you can master this, nothing's moving. All I'm doing is I'm training how to pull my shoulder back to about 45 degrees. That's the most critical piece of the golf swing because it's going to translate into distance wedge, full swing, pitching, and chipping.
I agree.
So now, educated hands. Cocking, uncocking, cocking, uncocking,
Yep.
uncocking, bending, bending, bending. All I'm doing is bending, bending, bending. So now, watch what happens when I master this. So all I've done is just pull my shoulder back 4 inches, and I've mastered this.
Okay.
Bend the right wrist, shoulders, 4 inches. You master this, it'll translate in the next 7 to 14 days in much better ball striking that we're going to get really good at. So here's why I want you to master this. Bend the right wrist, hands are coming straight back, right on plane, shoulders going about 4 inches. So now mastering this over and over and over. Nothing's moving. I'm doing it faster. So now, cock my left wrist, bend my right slowly, turn my shoulders. I'm holding this because I'm training it. Hold it for 5 seconds.
Okay.
So now, if you look at on the YouTube channel, the 4th video says finesse wedges. And I teach people how to move your lower body, move your hips. Do you recall that training at all?
I do. Okay.
Watch what happens when I've mastered pulling with my left hip. Boom, just pulling my left hip. Left, left, I'm pushing with my right hip. Pulling my left hip. So now, if I get over here to my left side, and now if I just let the club head drop, my hand didn't move anywhere, I just cocked it and uncocked it. Cocked it and uncocked it. Now watch what happens when I fire my hip. Okay, so I'm going to fire my hip at the same time that I let this club head drop.
Yeah.
So this is how you get really good at a really finesse type, letting the club head drop, turn my hip, and then watch how soft this goes. So I want to focus on this.
Yeah.
The point here, Jason, is if you can master this move first, then you master what's the left arm do. All the left arm is going to do is going to elevate 2 to 4 feet, 2 to 3 feet. So now here I'm stuck in my golf posture. The first move is a shoulder turn. Nothing moved, just the shoulders. Now we got some wrist cock. Now I'm going to elevate my arm to here at the same time that I finish my shoulder turn to 90 degrees.
So when you're elevating the left arm up, are you feeling that in your shoulders, or is it naturally coming? How are you elevating that club?
So what I want you to do is I want you to stand up a minute real quick.
Yep.
And pretend you're going to shake hands to Andre the Giant. Left arm.
Oh, left, yeah.
That's all it's doing. Okay. But it's not out here. Remember, there's pressure here, pressure point number 4. So put the pressure here. There you go. Okay. So now if the pressure's here, I want to take my whole shoulder and just turn my shoulder. No, don't lift your arm yet. Don't lift your arm yet. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna turn our shoulder here. Don't go 60 degrees. Just go 45 degrees. Okay. There you go. So cool. So now you should be right back to here. The hand should be right in line with here. So now from here, all you're gonna do is you're gonna stay squatted down and you're just gonna elevate your arm just a half a foot, not just a half a foot. Yeah, because once you go here, then the rest is gonna be shoulder turn and then the other half a foot.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and so this is the cool part. Really, all we're doing is we're using our entire upper torso with our left arm pinched against there, and our left arm is only coming up a couple inches or maybe 6. You know, it's only coming up a little bit, but the real move is the torso.
Yeah.
At the same time that we're coming up on this angle. And that's what you're going to train over and over and over in the mirror, but make sure you have that spine tilt where your head's over right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you work on these things in the mirror all day long and keep sending me videos, see now your spine's vertical again, so you gotta be careful of that.
Right.
Once I keep my spine at this angle, I'm gonna rotate on that angle through the entire piece. I don't wanna have it on this angle here and rotate, and then now my spine's shifted.
Right.
The less spine variance during the swing, the more consistency and accuracy you're gonna get.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's hard. I can't really see myself in the video because I'm looking at you, so I'll have to look into the mirror and do some feedback and stuff.
So by mastering educated hands and by mastering the shoulder turn, now if I do still no hip rotation and I finish the shoulder turn and elevate my arm a little bit, well, there's my distance wedge swing.
Mm-hmm.
So by mastering this shoulder turn 45 degrees, then 50, 55, that's all it'd be at a distance wedge swing.
Mm-hmm.
What I need you to do is I'm gonna need you to exaggerate this.
Okay.
Because when you do this, you're too vertical, and for us to get you just to have a little bit of spine tilt, we need to exaggerate it.
Okay.
The one way to exaggerate it would be to put 80% of my weight over here. Now my head's over my right knee, and then I can just do this.
Okay.
It's just a little drill, you know, but that's I'm not gonna move my arms like this, but I'm learning how to move my shoulders around my spine.
Got it.
And I put a club here like this, and I can turn just like this. So now I can actually get a full shoulder turn with very little hip rotation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna want hip rotation.
Right. It naturally happens, but I think before I was moving as one, right? When I rotate, I would move my hips and my shoulders, so there wouldn't be any torque, right?
Yeah, separation and resistance, right. Now
just
you'll see that I'm gonna do, now you'll see I'm gonna do them at the same time, but watch what my right leg does. My right leg goes towards the target.
Right.
Now I got all that torsion, all I gotta do is.
Yeah. Yep.
So for you, I want you to watch the finesse wedge training 14-minute one, because you gotta train your feet, knees, and hips separately. You gotta train them a few minutes a day. You gotta be able to say to yourself, Jason, I want you to start your downswing and push off your right knee. 1001, 1002, 1003. I need to make sure that you're not here. I need to make sure that you're here.
Yeah.
You gotta train the rotation, because when you can train, if I can keep my arms quiet and my hands are the magic, and my hip on the finesse wedges, if my hip doesn't start, if my hip starts to swing, then I can use my hands for the magic.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll notice the hip is the one that's leading the swing.